Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Sneha Patel from MB Patel English Medium Secondary and Higher Secondary School. Students, we are dealing with subject psychology, chapter 8, environment and behavior. We have already dealt with the environment and human relationship in our previous class, and today we'll deal with two theories. One is given by Kurt Lewin and the other one is by Bronfenbrenner. Let's go with it. This diagram is given in your textbook. This is the model given by Kurt Lewin, and it is Kurt Lewin's model of environment. He has given the formula of B is equal to F, L is equal to F, P, and E. L means life space, B is equal to behavior, E means environment, F is the function, and P is the person. Here, the person is surrounded by his or her environment. And as per the situation, as per the competence, the skills, strength and weakness of a person, he or she will deal with his environment or her environment. Life space. In life space, person and his environment are included. What is life space? Life space is a psychological representation of individual's environment. What is psychological representation? It is very much different from the physical environment. Like on the first day of your school, you observe the school. What are the facilities over there, your classmates, teachers, and other people all around. When you go back home and your parents ask you about your experience of the first day, what will you describe? Just the physical environment? That there were some 50 benches in my class, two lights fixtures were there, two fans were there? No. What will you tell? The benches were comfortable. The benches were not comfortable. The blackboard in the class is properly placed. I could see everything written on the board. Or you may say there was continuous glare from the window falling on the board, so I couldn't see it. All right, then you'll be describing about the people, whether they were friendly or not, teachers were good or not. So what is that? You were placed in a physical environment and then you started thinking about it. You started feeling your surrounding and you started developing opinion about them. And according to the opinion that you form about your environment, you will react favorably or unfavorably. And that is what is called psychological representation. The second is the life space includes the person himself and everything in his environment that influences behavior. Whether the thing is big or small, anything that affects the behavior of a person is included in his life space. So a person is there and everything that affects his behavior in his surrounding environment, that is included in the life space. For example, if you are sitting in a class and you are paying attention to your teacher, the class is very interesting. But then, like by the window, you can see a little thing, a lizard over there. Your concentration will break. You won't be able to pay that much attention in the class because of the presence of that lizard over there. It's a small thing. It was a baby thing. But still, your behavior got affected. Correct? Your environment affects your behavior. So anything in the environment which affects your behavior, that is included in the life space. What is included in life space? A person and the environment. They both are included in the life space. The third one is, it includes both the things of which he is consciously aware and the factors which influence him even though he is unconscious of them. Teachers matters. Do teachers matter in a student life? Yes. So when you are in school and teachers are teaching, you are completely aware of the presence of the teacher. You pay attention, you ask your doubts, you solve your queries and everything. So teacher is there in your direct physical environment. You are conscious about the presence of the teacher in the school. You are aware of that and you are responding to your environment. So when you are conscious, that things are included in the environment. But at that time, you may not think about your parents at home or your grandparents at home or your pet, your dog, cat, whatever you have at home. You may not be thinking about them, but still, they affect you. Because definitely when you will be going home, they will be in your direct conscious attention. So they also will affect your behavior. So the environment, everything in the environment which affects you, whether you are conscious about it or not, that is included in the life space. The next thing is, an object which exists but of which the person is not aware and which does not influence him would not be a factor of his life space. It is very much clear that something which doesn't bother you, that is not included in your life space. For example, some festival is being celebrated somewhere in the country where you are very far off. I mean, say 200, 300 kilometers away. Does that affect your behavior directly? No. But if you are living in Gujarat and if it is the season of Navratri and you really like to play Garba or Ras Dandiya, the folk dance of Gujarat, so will it affect your behavior? Yes. In the morning, you'll be sitting in the class, but thinking about what dress you'll be wearing in the night for the Navratri, for the folk dance. Correct. But if some event, occasion, festivals are celebrated somewhere which you are not at all bothered about, you are not aware about, okay, and which is not going to have a direct influence on your behavior. So that thing cannot be considered in your environment and that thing does not include in the life space. Similarly, if an object does not exist but of which the person thinks to be there and reacts to it, becomes a part of his life space. Here the example is given. If a child thinks that there is a snake on the floor, even if it is imaginary, it is a part of his life space. I'll give you another example. If you watch a horror movie, very, very scary movie, okay, and if you have seen it in the night, and when you go to bed, what happens? You might enjoy horror films, but you also get scared of the characters which are displayed in those movies. Though those characters are not there in your house, but still, well, till you are awake on your bed, you imagine about those characters. Sometimes you feel adventurous, sometimes you feel scared, sometimes you feel that character beneath your bed. Okay, so you also check there. It is all imaginary. It's all there in the mind. But still, that imagination is affecting your behavior. So that's why that is included in the life space. So, life space includes the persons, drives, motives, beliefs, tensions, thoughts, feelings, and the physical, cultural, social environment, which consist of perceived objects and events. What is perceived objects and events? The things are there as it is, but how do you perceive them? What is your viewpoint about them? What opinion do you form about them? That is more important. Environment is similar for many a people, but then your response is individualistic. That is also given in the last point, that the life space of two persons in an identical situation may be entirely different. This is the same thing. That, for example, question paper is similar for all the students, but the reaction, the response is different. Why? Because it depends how you react to the situation. Are you prepared to face that situation? Are you competent enough? Do you have the strength? Or are you weak? You do not understand the situation. You cannot deal with the situation. Everything depends upon how you feel and think, and then you react. So, in life space, what is included? The person and the environment which affects that person is included. In your textbook, there is one concept also given of foreign hull. What is that? The physical environment that does not have a direct influence is called foreign hull or outer area. But this foreign hull can influence the psychological reality of a person. For example, getting news of traffic jam while sitting at home may not have direct effect on behavior. But when a family member doesn't arrive at home in time, then you will also start thinking about the traffic jam. It is not at all having direct effect on you, but if you start thinking about it, then it becomes a part of your psychological reality. So, the things which are not directly affecting your behavior, those things are included in the foreign hull. They are called foreign hull or the outer area. But once you start giving importance to it, you start thinking about it, feeling about it, and your behavior gets affected by it, then it can influence your psychological reality. Students, this is not given in your textbook, but this is actually the Kurt Levin's model of environment. Here you can see the person, and there are two forces driving the behavior of the person. One is the driving force and the other one is restraining force. There is always a goal, and the person always wants to reach that goal. A person is motivated to reach that goal. But before he achieves that, he has to face various barriers in his environment. And how he deals with that, it depends upon his abilities. And according to his needs, he will deal with his environment. These are the terms used in Kurt Levin's theory: driving forces and restraining forces. What are the driving forces? Driving forces are motivation, our ambitions, which help us to achieve our goal. But it's not so very easy to achieve the goals. We have to face the restraining forces also, which are present in the form of barrier in the environment. For example, if you want to go abroad, but your parents do not want you to go, then definitely there are these two forces are working: your driving force and restraining force. Restraining forces are the barriers which stop us or hinders us to achieve our goal. But then, depending upon the need of the person and the abilities of the person will do anything to overcome all his difficulties and reach the goal. Students, Kurt Levin's theory, if you want to study in detail, Kindly refer various sites on the internet, or the reference books are also there. But in our textbook, a little part is given of the theory. So it is only about the concept of life space that you have to be aware of in your textbook. Otherwise, this theory is really good. You can also study this in detail. It's quite very interesting. Now we shall study about Bronfenbrenner's model of environment. Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory. In this theory, he has talked about 5 types of environment which a person is surrounded by. The first one is microsystem, second mesosystem, third is exosystem, fourth one is macrosystem, and the fifth one is chronosystem. Let us look at them. Microsystem. It means the immediate environment. It is composed of the system in which the individual lives. For example, parents, friends, neighbors. They are in the immediate environment of an individual. And that's why they are included in the microsystem. The second one is mesosystem. It means connections. In this system, various microsystems are related. Example, school and family, family and friends, family and neighborhood. Like in school, you go. But when does the involvement of the family takes place? During the parent-teacher meeting. Similarly, like if you cook something good and you wish to share with your neighbor, you do that. Even your neighbors do that. You also visit your friends. Your friends visits you. Okay, so when the microsystems connect, that is called mesosystem. The third one is exosystem, or the indirect environment. Indirect influence of experience of one system on the other system. What is it? Like in the first picture, if you see that if a person is awarded because of his hard work, smart work, in the office, he gets some increment. So he feels so happy. Then after he leaves the office, while going home, he meets somebody who is needy. So he gives some money to that needy person. What is happening? The happiness of one system is extending to the other system. It is influencing. In the second example, you can see that a man is scolded by his boss and the man cannot back answer. He will also get irritated but cannot say anything to the boss. So what will he do? Where will he take out all his anger? In the second picture, you can see that he is shouting at his wife. He may shout at his children or the other family members. So the bad experience of one system can also affect the other system. And that happens in exosystem. Macrosystem is the fourth one, which means social and cultural values. This system is associated with the society and culture in which the individual is born and brought up, and customs, traditions, values, beliefs, etc., which are inculcated in her or him. Here are some of the pictures which you also can relate with. In India, Indians welcome the guest by applying a tilak on the forehead. The next picture is of the folk dance. This is the folk dance of Gujarat, Garba. The next one in the middle, it is all about respecting the elders, giving our time and care for the elders. In the picture here, where the turmeric paste is applied to the girl, this is one of the tradition that takes place before the Hindu marriage ceremony. In the other picture, you can see that sun is being prayed by offering water. These are the values, opinions, traditions, customs which are inculcated in us by our parents' families. Since childhood, a child is taught about all the values and traditions, and those which are really very good should be carried on from one generation to another. The fifth one is chronosystem. It means changes over time. This system indicates change that occurs in our perception, attitude, thinking, belief, opinion, etc. due to experience and growing age. Students, what you think right now, the way of life that you think of, it may not be necessary that when you become 40 years or 50 years of age, your same thinking will prevail. You are very young right now, and life is full of variety of experiences, good ones, bad ones. And going through these experiences, our thinking keeps on changing. What we thought was good may not be good later on, and vice versa. As you can see in the pictures over here, a person who enjoys the adventures may develop interest in relaxing and listening to the music and gain happiness through that. Person who is workaholic, enjoys work in the office, may eventually and gradually find happiness in doing some simple work like gardening and enjoying. The last example that's displayed on the screen, a person due to experience through age, like his choice may change from vegetarian to non-vegetarian or from non-vegetarian to vegetarian. So our thinking, our perception may not remain steady for long. For a time being, for a moment, for that phase of life, we may think about it like that. But through the course of life, after undergoing various experiences, our thoughts, our perception regarding objects, people, situations may change, and that is chronosystem. Students, I hope these two theories are clear to you. The theory by Kurt Lewin and the second one is by Bronfenbrenner. If you have any doubts, please do ask. Prepare notes for the same. I'll be uploading the pages from the textbook. Till that time, you know what to do. You really have to study well. Stay safe, stay home. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much.